With her feature debut, The Teacher, Palestinian-British filmmaker Farah Nabulsi attempts to shine a light on the absurd indignities of living under military occupation. Set in the West Bank, where it was also filmed over a 3-month period, the 2023 Toronto Film Festival selection follows a troubled Palestinian schoolteacher wrestling with his political allegiances at a particularly fraught time for a student he takes under his wing. Nabulsi's intergenerational drama is carefully composed, though the movie's other subplots, concerning its handful of American and British characters, tend to be more stilted. Where The Teacher most succeeds is in its deft balance between the internal and external realities of its Arab protagonists, which are constantly forced out of alignment by the violence around them, with winding shots of English teacher Bassem, Salah Bakri, driving to work. Nabulsi introduces us to the movie's tense but warm and picturesque atmosphere, the venue for unpredictable changes in the status quo. Two of Bassem's teenage students, the older, Rowdy Yaqub, Mahmoud Bakri, and the younger, book-smart Adam, Muhammad Abed el-Rahman, share his class despite their age difference, owing to Yaqub's stint in Israeli detention. Yaqub is lucky, despite the troubles that have befallen him, in that he not only has Bassem looking out for his best interests, but a British humanitarian social worker too, Lisa, Imogen Poots, who checks in on him from time to time. However, no amount of care or good intentions can prevent the sudden demolition of the brothers' home, courtesy of a vague order from the IDF, for which the family is even forced to pay. This is one of several painful humiliations endured by the movie's Palestinian characters, the kind also presented in the Oscar-winning documentary No Other Land, for which they're shown to have little legal recourse. With few options left, Adam begins considering and concocting ways to enact vengeance, but Bassem, having been down that rageful path, advises him otherwise. The father and son-like tensions between Bassem and Adam, presented with matter-of-fact frankness, are a central fixture of the movie's drama, resulting in a pair of deeply alluring performances that always feel on the verge of explosion. The premise requires both actors not just to showcase a fiery vulnerability, but to stew in these feelings for extended periods, which benefits from Nabulsi's straightforward, no-frills presentation. Even the B-plots that don't quite work, like Bassem's blossoming romance with Lisa, are infected by this inertia and the emotional burdens placed on Bassem and Adam by authoritarian Bouthiels. When you have no outlet for your rage, all you can do is aim it inward. However, the more we learn about Bassem from his own tragic past, as a father whose son was given a lengthy sentence for protesting, to his secret entanglements with underground resistance movements, the more complicated this notion of effectively channeling emotions becomes. Elsewhere, an American diplomat, Stanley Townsend, and his wife, Andrea Irvine, visit Tel Aviv in the hopes of rescuing their son, an IDF soldier taken hostage by one of the aforementioned groups who demand the release of 1,000 Palestinian detainees in exchange for his freedom. These two stories, of fathers trying to liberate younger generations from the violence they face, work nicely in tandem, even though the Israeli half of the movie's drama verges on being overly explanatory.